Picture this. You wake up, open your phone, and discover you've been canceled overnight. Your old tweets are trending, someone stitched your TikTok with a violin sound, and your mom just texted, "Are you okay?" Welcome to the internet in 2025. If you're lucky, you get a redemption arc. If not, well, at least you're a meme. This is Apocalypse and Avocados.
Apocalypse and Avocados.
Welcome back to Apocalypse and Avocados, Doom Scrollers. We're here to spiral so you don't have to. Today, we're asking the big question. If you haven't been canceled at least once, are you even online? We're diving into cancel culture, redemption arcs, and the internet meltdowns that keep us doom scrolling at 3 a.m. I'm here with Peter. How you doing today?
Oh, just living. How about you?
Oh, trying to figure out the way I'm going to be canceled next.
Oh, God. You don't have to worry about that. I get canceled every other day. It's not even that serious anymore. It's like a joke at this point. How do you cancel someone? Honestly, how do you cancel someone? In an age where there's 8 billion people on this planet, someone's bound to like you.
Yeah, I feel like no matter what you do, no matter how bad it is, there's always going to be someone who likes you. And there's going to be people who like you for whatever terrible thing you've done, too.
Yeah, there's always some sickos out there. They're like, yeah, punch him in the face again. Punch him in the throat. Kick him. Yeah, there's always some sickos out there. But yeah, I don't think it's a real thing anymore. I think it's more like something people strive for.
Yeah, I feel like it started for the right reasons, for like community accountability and trying to get people to strive to be better. But what it turned into is people just trying to hide the shit that they've done wrong so they don't get canceled. And then when people find out about it, they don't give them a chance to redeem themselves.
I remember back in the day when dick pics were like the thing to cancel people about. Just seeing some celebrities peen on the internet or that he sent to someone in confidence, and then, oh my God, he's canceled. We shouldn't be doing this anymore. It's a cock.
Well,
We were all products of a cock. It's not really that serious.
what about with girls like Miley Cyrus and Vanessa Hudgens with the pictures that people tried to cancel them for?
Well, the case of Miley Cyrus, she was posting almost nude with her father. That was a little weird.
Wait, I thought it was like a selfie of her in like a bra that she had.
No, it was her in like the half green dress that was like coming off, and Billy Ray Cyrus was there.
Okay, that's weird. I don't scratch Miley from that, but the Vanessa Hudgens thing.
I don't even remember that. The only thing I remember Vanessa Hudgens from, the last thing I remember her from was the movie where she was some like smoker or drug addict and she was in the cabin locked away with.
Oh yeah,
I don't remember who it was.
I remember that one. That was a pretty decent movie, I think, if I remember correctly.
Yeah, but she can also go through her whole phase. She was much older than people thought she was, especially back in her High School Musical days.
That's what I was getting at with it. People gave her so much shit for sending a naked picture, and she
Is that what it was?
Yeah.
I mean, she is Filipina. Does she have anything worth showing off?
It was full bush, from what I recall.
Oh, how very 80s of her. 70s, I don't know. 70s was the era where everything was like full on Afro, right? Afro thunder.
I don't know. I wasn't alive.
Where the merkin looks like, what do you call that? The Brillo pad?
I would think 60s, 70s, somewhere in that time frame.
Nobody's saying that you have to go and full on weed whack it, but it is there to protect it from getting germs in it. So you going to strip it off with wax so you can look like some adolescent fucking baby is a little weird. A little weird. And why do they call it a Brazilian? Because it's smooth, right? I feel like this is offensive.
I don't know. I think my brain just always assumed that it was because it originated in Brazil. Like it was a Brazilian style of
getting rid
wax
of.
or a procedure that originated in Brazil.
That sounds like a lot of pain for someone in Brazil. No one wants to go down on your sweaty cooch after you've been sambaing all day and rip off your entire bush. Your whole rainforest from between your legs. No one wants to do that.
I was trying to figure out how I was going to get canceled, and this episode is it.
It's really not that serious anymore. I'm striving for cancellation. No, I'm really not, but maybe I am. I just think it's fun.
I agree to an extent. Like, I see some people getting canceled for the most ridiculous things, and then sometimes you just see the redemption arcs that they make, and it does seem like it's worth it, or maybe it was for PR. But then there are other situations where people just get destroyed.
Yeah, there are some places in which people deserve it, but I also want to point out that a lot of people are getting uppity and they're being over defensive and oversensitive when it comes to like ethnicity or, oh my God, you said a word that you can't be saying. There is a such thing as being over allying. Over allying is a thing. And it's on the point of just annoyance at this point. So
it comes off performative.
Right.
This is my new favorite word. I don't know why.
But it's like canceling was to show a point. It was to protect a marginalized community. And I don't feel like it is that anymore. I think it's like, oh my God, you said something I don't like. So X's, and you're going to burn out the fucking eyes on your picture with cigarettes. Does anyone smoke anymore nowadays? Like, I don't know. That was a real question.
Everyone vapes now.
Just smoke the cigarette. It's so much more
satisfying.
Yeah, satisfying. I wish I still smoked, but I don't.
No, you don't wish you still smoked.
I do.
You said you would quit when you didn't want to do it anymore.
Yeah, I did.
You quit.
And now I want to do it again.
Oh, okay. Well, I mean, that's understandable in these times.
Yeah, I can't do that because I'm fat. So if I start smoking, I'm going to sound like I did when I just saw a piece of cake. And I'm like, the sugar spiking.
Oh my God. On that note, let's talk a little bit about queer internet rules when it comes to cancellation. Do you feel like when it comes to people in the queer community, gay TikTok comedians, drag queens, maybe lesbian comedians, that there is more of a chance for them to redeem themselves in situations where they're canceled?
Not more of a chance, but they're definitely going to try harder to redeem themselves.
I feel like they just use self-deprecation or thirst traps, and like suddenly they're back on top.
I don't think that's entirely true. Maybe some of them started OnlyFans, and then that's how they get back on top. In more ways than one. Yeah, but there's just like James Charles, he couldn't post a thirst trap if he wanted to.
No one wants to see that.
No, he does it and he thinks he's being sexy when really he looks like an oversized fucking Barbie doll that someone shaved their fucking head, and like the makeup is so thick. You know, you've seen those Barbies where they paint the blush on where their cheeks are like completely different color than their flesh tones.
Yeah.
And then he shows off his ass, which is not good, by the way. You should probably talk to your doctor who did your BBL because it's not BBLing.
The BBL is not BBLing.
No, it's fucking disgusting. And when he used to go to Coachella, like that was one of the things. He went to Coachella after he had, I don't know, talked about diddling little boys. And he posted the picture with like his assless chaps.
Yeah, I remember that picture. It was not cute.
And the tie-dye thing, whatever. Was that like a jumpsuit? Was that a onesie? I don't know.
All of the above.
When something goes up your ass like that,
it must smell.
It's not that it would smell. Isn't it uncomfortable?
Well, that too.
If you fart, does it
whistle?
like, yeah, does it whistle? That would be interesting.
It's like when you have a paper in front of a fan, it's like...
Yes, like when you have the clothespin in the tire of your bike. Yes, exactly.
What is that sound? Sorry, James farted again.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't think it's easier for them to come back. I think they definitely try harder than most people. Lindsay Lohan got canceled years and years ago, and look at her. She came back, dissolved her filler, and she looks like a completely different person. That
Yeah,
girl
good
can
for
act.
her. Good for
That
her.
that woman can act. She was like the prodigy of our generation.
I loved her. I was so obsessed with her when I was younger. Just everything about her, from her acting to her music. And I know she wasn't the best singer or anything, but it was very authentic in my opinion, and it was very her. I don't know. I wish that she didn't get canceled or didn't disappear for so long, but I'm glad she's back.
Yeah, they tried to cancel her because when she was with the French guy and she was looking through his phone on the beach. She like grabbed his phone and they caught it on camera and she was going through her phone and he ripped it away from her.
Oh.
Yeah, come on. He was clearly doing something very promiscuous. But then again, if you've ever watched Emily in Paris, they take mistresses and their love is love. So whatever. I don't think that people deserve other people saying anything about their life
Yeah.
or who they fuck. And you shouldn't really get canceled for anything. It's none of our fucking business. Just because they're celebrities and they're in the public light, it doesn't mean that we come to their defense every single time. They're humans. We just see what they do. That's it.
Yeah, exactly.
There are a million other people that do exactly the same thing, but just go unnoticed. So you're
Yeah,
going to cancel everyone?
and that, with that said, that's for certain things. That's not for diddling kids or killing people. That's
Yeah,
like
that's not for James Charlesing.
yeah, it's for other things. Like maybe
Yeah.
you cheated on someone and that's not a good thing to do, but okay, you can come back from that.
Yeah, I don't condone it, but you can come back from killing someone. Just look at what happened with
Okay.
Brandy.
Good point. Good point. Okay, let's rephrase that. Going on a murder spree or something, like intentionally murdering someone. That's not necessarily something where we're saying, oh, just let the person redeem themselves from right away.
No, no one should redeem themselves from that, but people have. Look at when they made the documentary slash series on Dahmer, did they not make it seem like he was like a hypersexual being? Like made him more appealing to the general public. There should not be these documentaries on people that have murdered other people.
Is that how you saw him?
He was definitely more attractive than what he really was in real life.
Well, that's just because of the actor.
Yeah, but
But,
people make it as a fantasy thing.
okay, if y'all are weird. I'm not fantasizing about someone drilling into my fucking skull
We're
and
not
trying to make
talking
me a
about
zombie.
we're not talking about the act. We're talking about the character. They made him more desirable than he was in real life.
Maybe. I don't.
They paint a different picture. It's really not that serious anyway.
I don't know. I didn't see it. I didn't see the sex appeal. How about corporate hypocrisy? How about that? How about canceling brands? How do you feel about that?
I feel like it's pointless. They have so much money. What are you going to do? You're going to boycott Target because they didn't have the LGBT collection this year? Oh, fuckity who. Like, seriously. It's not affecting them. It's not enacting any real change.
Actually, on that topic, I just saw today that because Target cut their DEI initiatives and stopped supporting the LGBTQ, they saw a 17% decrease in profits, which led to a 27% decrease in their stock value. And their CEO had to step down. So while it's not something that's massive, they are being impacted because they just decided to alienate one of their main target group, one of their target.
So, okay, that's great and all, but you're talking about canceling these major brands. What happens if this is the only fucking store in the middle of nowhere? Like the middle of nowhere, and you or the only store you have to shop at is Kroger's, and you're gonna cancel them because they didn't have the kind of beef that you want, so you're gonna protest, and what, you're gonna drive to the next fucking county to go shopping?
Okay, you're right. That does seem a bit much.
You're not going to get them canceled. I
No.
understand why people do that, but like it's overzealous. You're never going to get them canceled. And what exactly constitutes cancellation now?
Yeah, I'd like to know that too, because I feel like it's just snowballed into something that it wasn't before.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't understand what it is. There's no specific. It's got a lot of gray area. It does. Cancellations used to be just like completely boycotting the person and not allowing them to continue acting or modeling or making money at that point. Now it's about, oh, we don't like you, so we're going to talk shit about you on the internet and
Yeah.
hope that everybody just joins on the bandwagon. But that's not the case. It isn't the case. It's really impossible to quote unquote cancel someone nowadays.
I completely agree. I think that it just gets so out of hand. It was once about holding people accountable, like we said, and then it just became about talking shit.
Yeah, these keyboard warriors, you can say whatever the fuck you want about me, and you can sit there and you can punch away at that keyboard, but at the end of the day, you still live in your parents' basement. You're probably jerking off to the fact that you think you did some sort of profound thing by writing that post, and it's just sad. It's sad.
And you're keeping me employed. Thank you.
Right. Every single time that you take one of those keyboard strokes and you write something negative, you are just making the person more popular that you're writing about.
Yeah. Do you have any confessions from near cancellation moments or anytime you tried to cancel someone?
I don't try to cancel anyone. They cancel themselves. There's no point.
Touche.
They do. There's no point in exerting energy on somebody that really won't matter at the end of the day.
Yeah. Well, I can remember having a few too many drinks while watching Drag Race and tweeting out my opinions, and then the next day thinking to myself, oh shit, after seeing some angry messages from other fans back to me, maybe I won't do that again.
Yeah, your opinions are your opinions, and you're more than welcome to voice them. And I think that people need to stop being so fucking sensitive about it. And it's not really impacting you. It's not. The only person that it's impacting is the person that it's directed at. And
agree.
that's not okay. But if you can't take it, why the fuck are you trying to become famous? Like, if you can't take it, you're not just like the eyes of your 30,000 followers that you have on whatever social platform you have it on. You are now on a global stage.
Yes.
You cannot have this wimpy, flaccid, thin ass, membranous skin. You really can't. You need to grow up and you need to grow a thick skin and get a really good public relations consultant.
Definitely that. But it's like when you see people go on competition shows of any kind and they get upset for the critique they're getting and they say, I don't care what they say, or I don't need to prove myself to. No, you actually do. You literally signed up for that. That's what you signed up for.
Yeah, you signed up to be judged. You absolutely did.
And to have to prove yourself to these people. That is what you wanted to do.
Yeah, I don't think that people should be canceled for that. And especially the judge. Like, that is what they did. They signed the paperwork and you're there to be judged.
Exactly.
You may not like the way that they're doing it, but that's what they signed up for. You can't get all defensive for them. You can't try and cancel somebody. You're ruining their life. You're ruining their life. They didn't ruin that other person's life because now they look like the victim.
Yeah. All right, I've got a quick game for you.
Okay.
Okay, so we're going to play this game. I'm going to read you a scenario, and I want you to, it's apologies. I want you to tell me if they are real or fake. Bonus points if you can guess who used them, if they were real.
Okay.
All right, we'll start with this one. I was young, dumb, and full of bad.
Was I wrong?
Yes, you were wrong in this situation. I was young, dumb, and full of bad opinions. I've learned and I'm ready to move forward.
Was that Lord?
No, that one was fake.
Oh, that's sad. It sounds like every fucking half-ass apology that someone makes in
Yeah.
like any celebrity makes.
How about this one? There is no excuse for my ignorance. I was wrong then, and I am still learning today. I'm committed to growth and doing better.
That is real.
Yes, it is.
And I think it was Ariana Grande.
It may have been. There's been many people who have used it, specifically influencers, including beauty YouTubers like Laura Lee and Manny MUA.
Hmm. I don't even remember any scandals that Manny MUA was involved in.
Me either. So clearly you can come back. I sometimes forget that he was even like big.
I mean, he's big again, but what was the scandal? Did he shove a mascara in his ass that was like designer? I don't get it.
I don't know. We'll have to look that up.
Yeah, he painted his asshole the wrong shade of blush. That was the scandal.
Oh my God. How about this one? My behavior was unacceptable. Full stop. I have taken time off to reflect and educate myself. I'm grateful for those who called me out.
I don't know. It sounds real. It sounds like it could be Paula Dean. Anyone remember her?
She used a bad word.
Yeah, she did. I don't know. It's real.
Yeah, that one is real. It was Kevin Hart
Oh, God.
on several TikTok apology tours.
He is so tiny. He reminds me of a dildo. He's so small.
Oh my God. All right, how about this one? I didn't realize my jokes about cats could be seen as offensive. I love cats. I'm sorry to anyone who was hurt.
That's fake.
Yes, that one's
That's
fake.
fake. And that was Vance probably would have said that about Taylor Swift. The lonely cat woman. Oh my God. He does his eyeliner like a cat.
I feel like it's tattooed on.
No tattoo artist would touch him. He looks really weird.
Yeah.
Anyway.
How about this one? Please stop bringing up the past. I already apologized, and continuing to harass me helps no one.
Yeah, it sounds real.
It is. I've talked about this person tonight.
Oh, James Charles.
Yes.
It's half-assed. And his ass is half-assed. It's fucking disgusting. Please don't look it up. Save yourself the retinal scarring.
Okay, how about I deeply regret the language I used. It was wrong, and I want to apologize to the communities I hurt. I will do better.
No. That sounds stupid. The language they use. Unless they said a racial slur, people need to get less sensitive.
So I know the backstory to this one. This was real. This is Lizzo apologizing for lyrics that she put in her song. Apparently, there was a song that she had released, and she used the lyrics, and I'm quoting this for purpose of the story, so please do not get offended by it. She said spaz, which
Oh God, I remember that.
yeah, so someone felt it could be used as a derogatory term for people who have spasms. So
I'm having a spasm right now.
So she changed the lyrics.
That's fucking stupid.
Do you want to talk about some of your favorite cancellations over the years?
I can't really remember any.
I would say the queen of cancellations is Trisha Paytas.
Oh God.
She's constantly getting canceled and just like coming back somehow.
She reminds me of, what's his name? Gollum from Lord of the Rings.
My God.
If you shaved her bald, she would look like him. Shaved her bald and filed down like one of her teeth, she'd look like Gollum.
Yeah, I can see it. I can definitely see that.
Yeah, I don't understand her at all. I remember when she used to be friends with Shane Dawson back in the day, and they used to do hauls together. But I've stopped caring about Trisha Paytas a long time ago.
What about Shane Dawson? Shane Dawson got canceled too.
Yeah, his was a little bit. It was warranted.
Yeah, that was a bit cray.
He was like pretending to jerk off to Willow Smith, right?
Yeah, when she was way underage.
Yeah, but also he did the Twilight spoof, remember, where he was drinking the period blood?
Oh my god, yeah. Yeah, I do remember that now.
He always did inappropriate shit. Like that one, it was a little far, but yeah, it was not warranted.
How about Doja Cat?
She tried to self-cancel.
Yeah, and she like doubled down on it and it didn't she like quadrupled down on it.
I think she was trying to prove a point that cancel culture is not a real thing.
Yeah.
And she was right.
Did you see the recent one about the kid with the shirt?
Mm-mm.
So apparently some guy gave her she saw some fan outside of a club and told him that she loved his shirt and he gave her the shirt and then she posted something online about she threw out that crusty disgusting smelly shirt or something along those lines and people were giving her shit for a while.
Yeah, you should probably keep that shit to yourself. Oh, yeah, I got something on it. So I had to throw it out, unfortunately. Don't say you took his crusty, cum covered fucking stained shirt and threw it out. Like, you're rude. You're rude. I hate the way she draws her eyebrows on, too. They're just lines.
When did super skinny eyebrows come back into fashion?
They should have stayed right out of fashion because that was a 90s trend and it looked horrendous then. And for her to draw her Betty Boop brows on, for those of you who don't know who Betty Boop is, you should probably look it up. And you will see a striking resemblance to Doja Cat. She is. She's like a blonde Betty Boop.
I can see it.
Not as fun, though, and swears a lot more.
While we're on the topic of cancellations, let's talk about something that kind of goes hand in hand with it, internet meltdowns. Do you have any favorite internet meltdowns that you've witnessed?
No, I feel like fucking Trump does one every other day.
Yes, absolutely.
Has a meltdown over absolutely nothing. His hands are really small. I've said this before. I'm still stuck on this. Tiny hands. How does he reach all of the keys? How does he jerk off with that? Does it make it look bigger? Sorry. Bunch of questions. Sorry. Yeah, I feel like he melts down every day. It's not really my favorite. It's just recycled bullshit every day. I can't recall any other meltdowns. I know Rihanna was the queen of clapbacks.
Yeah, I miss her clapbacks. She's calmed down quite a bit on the internet.
She doesn't feel the need to defend herself anymore because she's a billionaireess.
Yeah. So, how about what makes a good meltdown for you? What is the anatomy of a meltdown for you? For me, it involves like a really vague post, a whole subtweet or sub post war going on beneath it, and then weeks of drama.
It would be great if somebody like the whole "Leave Britney Alone" kid, that was an internet meltdown, but that wasn't a right.
I believe her name is Kara Cunningham now.
I don't know. She's fucking hideous either way. But yeah, that was an internet meltdown. I feel like people they get on there and they just completely humiliate yourself when the celebrities are probably going to look at it and fucking cringe. The ones who are in tears and the mascara is running down. And yeah, that's a meltdown. Where you just completely defend a person and you don't even know the whole context. Like with the whole Pierre and Nikki thing, he just came out, Nikki just cleared the air as to what happened between them.
Oh, I didn't even know that.
Yeah.
Do tell.
So apparently they were having problems way before they decided to even get married, and they got married so that they would have a thing that was just them and it wasn't public, and they thought it would help, or Nikki thought it would be good for them. So they did it on a whim. And then TMZ, the cover broke where they had gotten married and suddenly it wasn't private for them anymore. And apparently Pierre was just really selfish and he just spent money frivolously. And Nikki was trying to build a life for them. And then he got really pissed. I guess Pierre got really pissed at Nikki and posted the TikTok saying that we ended it, or the tweet, before even consulting with Nikki. So,
Oh, shit.
yeah, and then left him to deal with the repercussions.
Oh, wow. So all the brands that they had deals with and stuff.
Yeah, and then apparently he lied about his age too.
Oh, because
Here.
he's a lot older than he is.
I
Than
have
people
no
thought,
idea. I
right?
didn't read that story yet, but apparently he lied about his age. So, yeah, I think that the people that went after Nikki were just assholes.
Yeah, that makes sense. And I think the biggest internet meltdown that I can think of would be Britney Spears back
Yeah.
in 2007.
Now.
Or even, yeah, actually, geez, whoa, I wasn't even thinking. Yeah, now the knives. What is going on with the
It's
knives?
not just that. Before, why the fuck did she shave her head? Like, was that the drugs? Did she think she had wasps in her brain or something? That she was like, she had so much lice?
My theory back then, and I've heard that this is a popular theory in some places, is that she was trying to avoid a drug test where they were going to do a hair follicle.
She was trying to avoid a drug test, so she made herself the chick from Splice,
Essentially.
the alien from Splice.
But then I've heard other things where it was like in her contract or whatever she had that she had to have her hair a certain way. So that was like a rebellion against her conservatorship or whatever she had going on. So I don't know. I don't know the whole story behind it, but there's so many theories.
I don't know. I think it was stupid. She looked crazy. She looked like some sort of hobgoblin, especially when she cracked the paparazzi's windshield with the umbrella and they got that famous photo.
Oh my God. Yeah. That's probably the epitome of a meltdown.
You know what she looks like? She looked like when in the Matrix, when they finally unlock your brain and you get sucked out of that little egg pod thing like Neo did. And he had the thing where he pulled the breathing tube out and he had no eyebrows and no
Oh my
hair.
God.
That's what she looked like.
I forgot that's what he looked like.
Someone just unlocked her brain and not in a good way. They used chemical substances. So she was gorillaing on people's cars. Oh, so many times that she had her frigging vagina,
Oh.
yeah, shot by the paparazzi. So many times. She was like the queen of that.
Yes, absolutely.
It was terrible.
Oh, didn't Misha Barton have a huge meltdown back in the day?
Oh, there's a name I haven't heard in a very long time. I don't know. I think she was trying to copyright her name or something like that.
I remember that. That I remember. And they basically told her, fuck no.
Yeah, there's too many people with that name. You can't copyright it. What the hell? The last thing I remember from her was the movie with the dolphins. It was.
Why does that sound familiar?
She could communicate with the dolphins telepathically or something. Maybe I'm getting my movies mixed up.
Interesting.
I remember it had a dolphin though.
I can't picture her in a role like that, but I'm here for it. Let's talk a little bit about how people's spirals online can actually be a good thing sometimes. Like when we think about movies and stuff like Barbie, conservatives came for Barbie so hard, and all it did was amplify the desire for people to go see it. It just gave people more and more oomph to say, you know what, I'm going to go see it 5 times. And they ended up doing like 1.4 billion. So controversy really can just like fuel anything. It can be good or bad.
Yeah, it can be. The whole friggin' thing with this ridiculous dictator of a president where he was talking about all the sex scandals and the Stormy Daniels thing, it really just made him more popular, especially with the friggin' white people with tiny hands.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
They're suddenly a minority.
Anything to give them something to fucking complain about.
Yeah, they're always complaining. The Barbie movie was a little weird for me. It was very strange.
The first, I would say 10 minutes of it had me like, what the fuck am I watching?
It was like an acid trip when you're watching it. It was so colorful and everyone was so cheerful.
Hi, Barbie.
And it looks like you could just throw some napalm there and everything would just melt and be terrifying. Like, remember the movie Toy Soldiers?
Yes, I loved that movie.
When they, at the end of the movie where they're fighting all the little Barbies that are in there and they're all like melted and stuff.
I forgot they recruited the Barbies.
Yeah, that's what it would remind me of. If somebody like dropped acid and then watched that movie, everything would melt. in there. It would be really, it's a weird movie, especially with the showering with no water and the walking out of the shower with the feet that are up at an angle. That was so strange.
I will agree. When I saw her feet like that, I thought to myself, oh. And obviously, I know her feet aren't actually like that in real life, but it was just, I don't know, jarring to look at.
And maybe that's what the conservatives were getting mad about because their feet weren't shaped like that.
I want my feet shaped like Barbies.
Yeah, MGT has the fucking crazy hammer toes. She could never get her feet to look like that.
Oh my gosh. Do you remember when we had another double feature? Because that was released with Oppenheimer, and there was all of that chaos on the internet where they were mashing them together and stuff, and the Barbenheimer ads and stuff like that. But do you remember when Mamma Mia 2 and Mission Impossible Fallout came out together?
I don't remember Mission Impossible Fallout because I try and avoid Tom Cruise because it reminds me of a pelican. I remember Mamma Mia 2. Everyone was so pissed that Meryl Streep wasn't in it. If you actually watch it, the whole storyline does make sense and is actually pretty heartfelt. But they were like tearing it to pieces because it came out at the same time. And the original one came out at the same time as the original Avatar. And people couldn't get into the movie theater to see Avatar. So they were going to see Mamma Mia. And that's the reason that they thought that it did so well.
Oh, really?
Yeah, because people really couldn't get into Avatar to see it. So they were just taking what they thought would be the next best thing.
Oh, wow.
So I believe, you can quote me on that. I think it was Avatar, but yeah, I'm like 90% sure it was Avatar. But yeah, that's why it performed so well. So they're like, why did they even make a fucking second part? Like the first one wasn't that good.
I liked it. I liked them. I thought they were good. They got me into musicals.
Yeah, I like them. I like them a lot. They're very bubbly and fun, but which are not two things that I generally put together in a sentence. But yeah, those are fun.
I love Amanda Seyfried.
Yeah, she's really good in that one. Her husband in the movie did not age well.
No, but he was so hot in that movie.
He could play Quasimodo now. It would look pretty accurate. Really sad.
Oh my God.
Yeah, I can see him saying sanctuary, sanctuary. Ringing their church bell.
Yeah.
Or Shrek.
Yeah.
Live action Shrek. The nose. It's just the nose.
The nose. I thought that I was losing my mind reading Barbie think pieces, but apparently the gay internet will implode over things like oat milk.
Really?
So I've heard that people are canceling each other over coffee orders and all kinds of crazy bullshit.
I would cancel someone over their coffee order, and here's why. When you go to Starbucks, okay, and you proceed to tell the barista how to make your coffee down to the amount of pumps that go into it, you deserve to be canceled. You deserve to be stoned. You are a shithole of a person. Don't do it. It's ridiculous. Starbucks is made to order. If you want an extra pump of sweetener in it, just say that. And I would like a little bit more sweetener, but you don't get to go in and then, I want this milk subtly but ferociously heated so that the bubbles burn my fucking eyes when the vapors pop and they go in my eyes.
The coffee should be exactly a 92 degrees.
Yes, and 12 pumps of caramel and 1 pump of chocolate swirl.
57 pumps of lavender syrup.
Baby queefs and tears of a unborn child fetus. I don't know. You shouldn't be going in and doing that stupid shit. You deserve to be canceled and kicked in the clit.
Oh my God.
That's it. I hate when you go in and you get those people too. Like when you're in the drive-through line for it and you're sitting there and you're waiting because this person has this ridiculous concoction that's in front of you that looks like they're performing alchemy and you have to wait an extra 20 minutes. You deserve to be canceled. You deserve to be canceled. How many times have I wanted to ram a fucking car through the drive-through because your coffee order was so difficult?
Yeah. It should not be that hard to order a coffee.
I will say this. Dunkin' Donuts, I understand because the coffee is awful. So you have to add the 17 million additives that you do and swirl it while jumping on your leg 3 times in a circle and throwing salt over your shoulder just to make it taste good.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that I understand.
That's not real.
Yeah, it's not real coffee. It is dirty sock water that
Mm-hmm.
has been squeezed through a cheesecloth and has been presented to you in this half-ass fucking cup with the ugliest Crayola colors on it.
You know what why they picked them, right?
What?
The colors for Dunkin'.
No.
So when I was in high school, we had marketing executives come in and talk to us, who one of them worked for Dunkin' at one point. And the orange and the pink, from what they told us, were picked because pink makes you think of something sweet and orange makes you think of something cheap.
Oh,
So it's supposed to make you immediately think sweet and cheap.
the pink makes me think of white women's nipples.
I was going to say Pepto-Bismol.
No, like the pig nipples, the white women's pig nipples that are that color. And the areola that takes up like a whole breast, the one where it's like the bread and butter plate size. And then the orange makes me think of Donald Trump. So this is just terrible fucking coffee. It's not even coffee. You can't call that swill coffee.
I used to drink it. I can't anymore. I really can't. Sorry to anyone who loves it, but it's not my cup of tea.
But
Or
it's not a
coffee.
cup of coffee either.
Yeah, it's neither for me. It's neither here nor there. I don't want it. Keep it away from me.
You can smell it 5 miles down the road.
I think I stopped liking it when I got burnt cold brew on a regular basis.
How do you fucking burn cold brew?
There's
How
a
do you burn
problem
cold
there.
brew? It is literally sitting in the fridge. It does not touch heat.
Yeah, and don't come for me saying that you can't burn cold brew, because I know you can't burn cold brew. It was clear that it wasn't cold brew that I was getting.
Yeah, you were getting the recycled frigging cinders of what used to be coffee beans.
From last night. Like, geez, you make enough money. Get it together, Duncan.
And why are the people that work at Dunkin's so rude? So rude.
I have a theory that I can't present because it will definitely get me canceled.
Oh, I think you know what you're talking about. But
Yeah.
anyway, no, they are the rudest fucking people ever. And then you can tell like when you get up to the window that they just want to throw the coffee in your face.
Yeah, most of the time.
They don't want to give it to you. They just want to throw it in your face. And how come every time you go in there, somebody is fucking blasting music and they're always talking to each other? They never acknowledge that you're at the counter. They never acknowledge until you've been sitting there for an hour at least.
My theory on that one is that they're hoping that if they don't see you, you go away.
No, if they don't acknowledge my presence, I will make them by taking a shit on the fucking counter. This is why I don't go to Dunkin' Donuts.
Oh my God.
I don't like being ignored.
That's extreme.
I'm a pretty easy person to deal with. You get my coffee and it tastes like palatable. I'm okay with that because it's doing its job. When I get it from Starbucks and they fuck up on the order, I'm like, okay, this doesn't happen often. So I'm just going to drink this. I'm not going to bitch about it. I'm not going to go back to the counter and be like, can you remake this? Remake it. It's not what I ordered. Actually, it is what you order. You just don't like the way it tastes. That's your fucking fault. So why don't you go home and on the way pick up the 15 fucking gallons of caramel syrup you're going to put in it and get the fuck out of the store. Leave the baristas alone.
I have a question for you, because do you feel like part of the reason you don't feel the need to do that is that you feel there's going to be more animosity towards you from people? The reason I'm asking that is that because typically people of color and queer people are held to a higher standard or are more likely to be dragged and attempted to have been canceled online. So do you feel like you're going to get more backlash if you like ask someone to remake something because it was made wrong?
No, I don't. To be honest, I don't really care. No, I just don't see the need to have somebody remake something. There's enough waste in the world. They're just going to pour it out. They're not going to drink it themselves. Whatever. Everyone's entitled to a bad day.
Yeah.
The coffee can be bad one day. If I come back tomorrow, then we're going to have a fucking problem if it's bad. But no, I don't think it's because I'm going to be held to a different caliber than anybody else. I think that would be stupid.
I just feel like sometimes there are certain groups of people who get held to a different, not held to a different standard, but you make one slip up and you're like suddenly this terrible person.
Yeah, usually that. Okay, I don't like when people go in and this reminds me of those whole AI videos where they're screaming at the person. I don't like when people go in and assume that because the person is working at a coffee establishment or fast food place, that you are entitled to talk to somebody in a specific way. And I feel that comes from specific groups of people, my particular ethnicity included, is known to do that. But I think that it's not that they were being held to a different standard. It's just people are prepared for us to act a fool
Hmm.
when we go in. So they're already like on edge.
I guess that makes sense.
It's also that my parents here, when we're staying with them because we're leaving, but my parents' town here is predominantly Caucasian. And I absolutely fucking love ordering Starbucks online.
Hmm.
And there's 50 million freaking Caucasian people sitting in there waiting for their order that didn't think about ordering online. And you just walk in and you pick up your order on the counter and you leave, and all of the eyes are on you.
Give you the dirtiest looks.
Yeah, I was like, what the fuck is this little brown person doing? Little. What is this fat fuck doing?
I was saying, you are not little. You're very tall.
So, no, what the fuck is he doing? How did he get his coffee before me? Why is he getting served before me? Because I ordered an hour ago to be ready right now because I knew your ass would be here to watch me. That's why I did it. It's my favorite thing to do.
That is fun. It's very petty, but it's fun.
Yeah, during the COVID lockdowns, that was hysterical.
Oh, yeah. You used to do it constantly.
Yeah, it was so great. All you saw were the eyes over the masks watching you. You could tell they were pissed.
You didn't even have to see their mouth.
Yeah, the eyes go all squint and they look stupid.
Oh, God. Before we wrap things up, one thing I just want to touch on really quickly is the obsession with public apologies that society seems to have now. And the reason I want to talk about it is that it just feels so phony.
Yeah, it's very disingenuous.
It feels like they all follow the same script. I was young and ignorant. I'm learning and I'm growing. This does not reflect on who I am today. What the hell? What are we getting out of this other than just watching them grovel?
We're not getting anything out of it except for the fact that people can't own up to the mistakes that they've made. Age is not an excuse for being an asshole.
No,
it's not. It's not an excuse when you're old. It's not an excuse when you're young. I think that old people are ruder, but that's just me.
Most of the time they are.
Yeah, because I feel like there's some sort of decorum, some sort of unspoken law between younger people, how you're supposed to act. But the older people that are sitting there and they're like, oh, who taught this kid manners? And actually your child. Your child taught that child those manners.
So maybe you did a bad job.
Yeah, this is a reflection on you.
A reflection on you and your kid. So
I feel like they're all very disingenuous when I hear them. And you said what you said. You did. You meant it at the time. You may not mean it now, but you meant it at the time. So just fess up and move on with your life. Because every day is a new day. And it's just, you're bringing that shit into the next day.
Yeah, absolutely. You said what you said. Don't blame it on the edit girl.
Yeah, don't blame it on being young. That's fucking stupid because age does not equate to wisdom. Not at all. There are people that are much younger that I find extremely profound and very knowledgeable. And there are people that are much older than me that I find like complete fools. They're so dumb. The whole thing that you need to do is you need to chalk this up to education. Education is key because that is how a person makes an informed decision and an action. You can't sit here and say, I was young and dumb. No, you were just dumb. It has nothing to do with the fact that you were young. You were just dumb.
Because old people do dumb shit too.
Right. Every day you make a decision and it probably isn't the right one. It's the right one for you, but it's not the right one for everyone. And that is some sort of ignorance. It is. But yeah, I don't think that age really plays a factor. You can't sit here and say, I was young and dumb. You were young and you are dumb. You're still dumb for making that comment.
Okay, real quick before we wrap things up, one situation that is very relevant to what we're talking about right now that I can think of because it has to do with drag queens. Remember when Arietti tried to come for Irene the Alien online and said essentially that she was a pedophile?
Yeah, I heard about this.
And then she had to come back and retract it and say that she shouldn't have said those things and she was being young and upset and all. And how do you feel about that? Like, how do you feel about when people deliberately do something that they know is wrong and they know is a lie and they know is going to hurt someone, and then they try to say, oh,
I think people do it for attention. They just do. And I think it was stupid. She reminds me of the monster that you would think is under your bed. Her makeup is so strange. I know she's supposed to be this anime character, but she is a very poor reflection on the Latino community. You're immature. You're not dumb because you can manipulate people.
Yeah.
So you're not stupid. I think that having the ability to be manipulative means you're a hyper intelligent person. You're very in tune with how people will react, so you know how to manipulate their feelings. She's just a poor fucking excuse for a human being. I don't condone people saying things just to be hateful and spiteful. If that's how you feel, it's a private conversation. Just because you have a platform does not mean you get to air your fucking dirty, nasty, skid-marked frigging panties out there for the world to see.
Yeah.
Your life is not more important than another.
No, absolutely.
So stop trying to ruin someone else's life because you can't clean your own drawers.
Well said. There you have it. Some people rise from the ashes like a messy queer phoenix. Others just disappear into the Twitter void. Either way, we're still here spiraling on your behalf. And remember, if you're going to get canceled, at least make it meme-worthy. Because redemption is possible, but only if you can laugh at yourself. Otherwise, the internet will do it for you. So spiral responsibly, kids. And if you do get canceled, just drop a thirst trap and rebrand.
Ew.
We will talk to you next time. Bye.
Bye.